Welcome again. This is Teah. Today we'll be looking at the other half of ASP.NET, and this time we're going to be looking at the page framework and the MVC model view controller framework. So for pages framework, it's not really it's not a structure. It's just it's uh it's not a big structure. It is a structure, but it's not like a big structure. With pages, it's basically all about razor syntax. So JavaScript is best used to describe this type of thing because JavaScript is the main thing for developing website and stuff. Uh, so you can think of the page, the razor syntax as JSX, uh, like JSX element in JavaScript. The only difference is like you add an at sign. Let's try to find a razor. So views are mainly razor pages, pretty much. They're called them razor pages, and you can see the little at right there before the brackets. Where in React, if you're just making it, you just pretty much like put it in a bracket and you'll be good to go with JSX. Um, yeah, so that's the overall like framework for pages, pretty much. Understanding these views, which are pages, and they are razor pages in a sense. All right, this here is me messing around, and I made a list, and I cut the names and added this in here. The new programming syntax for adding stuff can be like this, I guess. This came out a while back. List. I don't know why this is in. I wonder why this isn't working. Set a best or string. Add string to. Yes, we can say. Let's do this. Will that work or no? Yep, I guess that works. Alright, cool. I'm not used to doing this with lists. I'm used to doing this with like objects. But yeah, this works. So yeah, so there's a for each. Let's structure this with Control E, D, or whatever. And yeah, so this is a list. We come into the list here. We do a for each loop. For is usually better, but we're gonna have to do a for each here, and we list stuff out. And as you can see here, there's an as a order, as an on order. There's an on order list. OL is the order list. UL is the on order list. All right, so yeah, so we do this, and I guess I should run it. Well, this is index, and this is the home page. Let's edit something here. We just put 23.3 just to make sure it's gonna work. This is the home page, the landing page, and you can pretty much this overall structure here. If you are thinking about it like a webpack development stuff, You go to the global. This is where the system, I mean the DOM, you can say, document object model, whatever. It's kind of like this right here, where all your data, everything is structured and just packed together. The webpack for C Sharp is bundles, the register bundles. Pretty much this like webpack. Pretty much it bundles everything. So what bundle it does is like it simplify the code and like the code base and make it small in a sense, and make it so that requests are directed to the exact files, and like only things that are used, that are referenced, like only dependencies are like are bundled in a sense, and contents that aren't used get extracted from the bundle to make things faster and leaner. So we're gonna go to the oh, what is this? String something something is not working. String name, bruh. Okay, we're gonna go back to index and something's off. We did not. I guess we have to use the add thing. So we will just revert it. I think I did this earlier and it didn't work. And now, anyways, this here should work. We're just gonna refresh this. Control Shift S or something. I don't know if that's it. All right, so it's giving problem again. What's the problem here? Compilation error. The tuple must contain at least 2 elements. All right, let's just new list of string. I wonder if I could do the same thing I did. New list of string. Now we do this again. I'm just experimenting here. Programming languages are always being changed and improved. There are always new things coming up. I guess I don't need this. It's not working out. I'm not gonna force this, so we're just gonna go with what worked, and that should solve the problem. Alright, Control Shift not S, it's F5. Alright, I try to memorize these things, but I just can't. Alright, so it loads, and we are at the index, the default page, and the routing, routes or whatever in like React. The C# version for routes is here in the routes config. You can find all of those in here. Like that's what I was saying. It's like the DOM, pretty much, because you can find the routes here, and you can make your own routes. By default, this here is like default. I just named it to a start page, and then I said person landing page because I created a person model, business logic, to make auto templates out of it. So it's model views controller, right? So here's the model. I made a first model. When you first load your application, it won't have models templates in there, so you could make one. And I think as a requirement, you need an ID or something, and maybe your name, and you'll be good. And what else? We have the about, we have the contact, and the layout. So this here is really nice. This is like the Skellington of your page, and render your bootstraps, your CSS stuff, and styling, and the JavaScript events and jQuery is different and stuff. Yeah, that's the footer. We render the body. This here is like if you are making a React application, this like initializing the index.jx, right? This layout, the HTML here. I mean, it's like initializing the index.html and the index.js. So yeah, this one will be the index.html, and you know how at the bottom usually like just put the ID to the index.jx file that you want to load and stuff. This is the same thing pretty much. You have HTML action link. There's like a URL path thing. Hyperlink reference something something. Where's Alright, so the render, right? Every time it says render, this means that it's like the reference to the file, like the JavaScript file, but for C sharp, pretty much. You render in the CSS, it's like loading in the CSS, and you have your nav bar, you have buttons, and there's a link for the button, a href or something, and these are like the little tabs that'll be in there. I think something crashed. No, it didn't crash. Or I don't like seeing these red squigglies. There are some errors here, but I'm not gonna try to debug. There's no problem here, so we're just gonna continue what we are doing. Okay, index. You can go to about your application, about description here, and these are views. Your application. Viewback.hello. I made this one. So what's a viewback? Viewback is basically the it's an object that holds the CSS. I mean, it's the HTML, the views on it. It's an object that holds the views on it, and then if you do things like this, it edits the HTML file. So it edits the views. So like, right, I made a view.hello here. The view bag is basically like an HTML or an object in JavaScript. You just put dot to add a property, and I just say view.hello equal Peter. And if you go back into here, you see at the end here we have view that something is equal to Peter. What else? I got fonts and stuff. I don't want to talk about those. Alright, so I made a person model, and from that we have a person folder here in the views. Alright, so how does the route config thing, how does it work? Pretty much you have your controller. This references the controller, the first, the prefix name on the controller here. You see we have person. It always has to end with controller. We have home the controller, and then we have person controller. Okay, go back into the route config. And then you have the action, right? Action and the property events inside of the controllers. So you have the index, action, result, and these guys just return the views. And then you have IDs, you have optional parameters. And what else? What else do we talk about here? You have a 5 icon. There's basically the image that shows on the right side of the tab at the top here. Right, this right here. What else? Alright, so I was talking about the person, right? So we go to the person here. Now we can navigate to person and see how that is. The person. Okay, the person index is just a basic index thing. And we'll go to the person controller. We have the index action result here. You go into views. You can see it's a basic person. Here is an index home or something. Do Control Shift F5, reload, and don't crash. There you go, person home index. And basically this is HTML right here. You can edit this, put title, navbar, all that stuff in here. Basically HTML. And we have more page here. We have the details thing. Let's see if we can navigate to details. Oh. Maybe there's supposed to be an h2 for details on it. Yeah, put in the ID or something. Whoa, it crashed. Alright, what is the problem with, did I route it properly? Oh, I didn't route properly. We are going to index and then going to details. Alright, what is this? Another error. Set an ID of no instance stuff. I think it's referring to this here. What ID? We would take this out. So this paragraph here is looking, using Razor to look for the proper item to display, and we are not displaying any input field that is editable. We don't have time for that, so we'll just take that out and we'll reload this hopefully. No. Oh, there you go. So we had to direct this to this one here is just the ID. So details, there could be a lot of details, contents or whatever, and this here is just a specific route to that specific person number 1 or something like that. So there could be like person number 2 with like the different details about the person number 3, different details and stuff. And as you can see here in the controller, you have the details, you have the ID, and there's a specific template, right? So you go into stuff here. I'm giving it a, I think it needs an integer, and I'm giving it a I guess. Oh, I made a views. I have to convert it back to string because the views is dependent on this, and this detail controller, person controller, can convert it to string, I think. No. Alright, whatever. It's strongly typed, and I think I made an error, and I am not gonna be able to fix. So it's a encoding. It needs an index. It needs an index so that it can order the data. Whatever data comes in here is supposed to be an index to route to a specific detail view. So we have detail, water name, and well, that's pretty much it. I mean, if you can, I feel like you can make a website with just knowing these. Back to list is a list view, and the list have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and whatnot, and so on. Oops, the contact is not set up yet. I didn't add any view for contact, so let's see here. So home contact. I don't know if I add a contact view message. Let's see that again. So click on contact. It says resource cannot be found. Home. Oh, I didn't make the route for contact. I think we should probably make a route for contact. Let's see if that will work. If we do that. So we go here. We say contact, home, contact, and then we say start contact. Oopsie, contact page. We're gonna refresh this. And hopefully it doesn't crash on us. Hopefully, finger crossed. I got a oh, it crashed again. Crashed. There's nothing we can do about this. It's just always crashing on us. So we set up the route. We request the URL. We have home. Yeah, we have contact. I'm not sure what is crashing. We have home. We have contact. Oh, wait, it's a HTTPS attribute. So we are working locally, and this HTML, HTTPS versus HTTP, right? This here is local stuff, and we are running it like a server thing. So I think the view that I made is let's see, request type. So contact. We're gonna remove this. Why is it complaining? Deleting attribute will prevent a debug session from continuing. Alright, so I guess that's why it's complaining. We're gonna reload this, and the error is gone. And we're gonna go back here. We'll go to home. Just click this. Alright, so there it is. It works. Debugging stuff, yay. And we obviously have the test area here. I didn't set up any test, but each view, controller action can be tested here, and maybe that will be in my next video. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.